So how did Oxbow happen? The only thing I could find was like your first YouTube video you posted was probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Does that seem right? On the Oxbow channel?
Let's see, that would have been
I think it was a light.
2018, 2016.
Yeah, okay. So a little bit more.
Yeah.
So maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, 2016 would have been the first video. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know if it's still up. It was pretty embarrassing. Like, I remember looking back at that first video, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, we literally had like a vinyl banner in one of our bedrooms in our house that I was recording behind, you know. And just talking about our first light that we had done. So that's a lot of people don't realize that, you know, you say all of a sudden you start noticing us, and we get that a lot, especially in the snowmobile industry, because we started in lights in 2015 is when we started. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that, and they come to our booth now, and they, you know, radios is really what put us on the map for most people in the snowmobile world. Yeah. And then people come to our booth and they see like, oh, you guys do lights too. It's like, we started with lights.
We've always been doing lights.
We just started doing radios. Yeah.
Yeah. But, so 2015 is kind of, so when was that? Like, let's go back in time here. Yeah. Are you sitting somewhere, you got some paper, stroke of genius comes in, and boom, I should do this? Or like, how was that?
It was a desire for me to have the product. So what happened was I was kind of fresh out of college. I went to business school. I was really interested in owning my own business. I had actually started and ran several different businesses through college, and like I always was very interested in business and, you know, doing something along those lines. I was working for a tech company in Lehigh though, doing some digital marketing stuff, and I was single, so I had a lot of free time. I was out of college, and so I was dirt biking a ton, like riding, like, you know, I would take my dirt bike. I'd go early to work so I could get off early, and I'd take my dirt bike with me, and then, you know, 4 o'clock, get off work, go riding or whatever. And I was doing this like 3 times a week, and I just kept pushing my limits further and further into the mountains in the backcountry, to the point where it was like, you know, something goes wrong or whatever, you take a wrong turn, whatever it is, stuff would happen to where I'm like fumbling my way down the mountain in the dark because I didn't have a light on my bike. And I literally just, one of the times riding down the trail, I was just thinking about this. I was like, what's the solution? Because I didn't want to like mount a hardwired light to my bike. Like, I just wanted something simple and light. And I just had the idea, because I had GoPro mounts on everything. And I remember riding down the trail, I had the idea. I was like, I just want a light that I can just snap into my GoPro mount, just something to get me down the mountain. Yeah. You know? And I 100% intended to go home and just buy one that night. And I literally got home that night. I started Googling it, trying to find a light that went to a GoPro mount, and I couldn't find anything. And that was when like the light bulb went off, like, huh, like that could be a cool product, you know? And so my roommate at the time was an engineer, and so I partnered up with him, and that's where the first light came from. So we made the first light in 2015. It was like a year of, you know, getting the product launched and stuff. So I actually think, so we started the business in 2015. I think the first sale we took was 2016. And that's,
do you remember what the first sale was? Like, was it in person? Was it online?
No, it was online through Amazon, because again, like we had developed this product and stuff, and we didn't have a ton invested into it. Like we'd kind of sourced a light and made this mount and stuff like that. And, I was like, I'm just going to throw this up on Amazon really fast, because that's, you know, I didn't have to build a whole website just to like test the market, you know, and like price point, everything, like didn't know. So I had a digital marketing background. So I just put it on Amazon, threw up a Google ad for like, you know, somebody searching for like dirt bike helmet light or something. And I remember it was actually the day I had listed on Amazon, maybe like an hour within putting the ads live, we had our first sale, and I was like, whoa, like that was cool.
Oh boy, dopamine hit, baby, right there.
But then it was like, you know, we had that first sale like right away, and then it was a pretty slow trajectory forward for that first like year. It was just like, I mean, we did hardly anything. But, you know, we both had full-time jobs. This was just kind of a side hustle. And when you're starting a new business, I don't know what your experience is like, but like when you're starting a new business, like it's always easy to look back and see what it could become. But when you're starting it and you're putting all that work in initially, you don't know what return you're going to have on it, you know? So sometimes it's hard. Like do I want to spend my Saturday working on this? I don't know what I'm ever going to get back from it. You know, and that's what a lot of people that they don't see, all that work that goes into it at the front that you don't know as the business owner if it's really ever going to even go anywhere.
Yeah, and it's like a daily thing. You know, one day you're like, yeah, I'm in it. Like, we're going to go crush. The next day, the doubts come in. You're like, what the heck am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, should I be doing this or that?
Yeah.
Next day, you're like,
you look at the money.
It's
like, oh, man, I've got so much money and time into this. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So first sale, compliments of Amazon.
Yep.
About a year, later, takes about a year. You guys are grinding, wondering if, okay, should we be doing this? When was like the next stage of like, okay, like, no, we are doing this?
Yeah, we had a pretty slow start because, again, we were working full-time jobs and we were just, busy doing other stuff too. So it was kind of a side hustle for a long time. And actually, after about a year after we had started, my business partner, he wanted out. And so I ended up buying him out. And again, at this time, it was like we were doing hardly anything in sales. And like, cash flow as a new business is really hard. And so it's like I'm just trying to scrounge up enough money to run another inventory production, And I remember, so I bought him out that fall, and then like I had like no money, and I had like, I don't know, like 40 or something lights left in stock. And I remember going to the Boise Snow Show. That was our first show we ever did. And I was like, I just got to try this. I just want to be able to like talk to people face to face, get customer feedback, all this stuff. I remember going up to the Boise show and we sold out. And that was
year
like,
was this?
It was probably
like 17.
I think it might have been 17. Okay. Yeah.
So you sold out at the Boise show.
So we sold out, and again, that was like one of those moments where it was just like, inspiring. Like, oh, people are like, there is real interest in this, and we had tons of good feedback. People were like excited about it, So that was super, super good, and it just helped us financially. Like we had, some more money coming in, even though it was a little bit, and enough to, it was enough that we were able to do production again and keep it going. But that's what it was like for years. It was just trying to like keep the cash flow and trying to get enough money to make more product.
Yeah. And what a lot of people don't realize is like, okay, I can go sell out. That money doesn't come to my pocket. Like if I want to be able to sell more products, I got to put that money back in to the business and buy more product. And at some point you're hoping, okay, at some point in the future, it's going to go like this, and there's going to be money there to, to go do other things with. But in the beginnings,
it's a cash flow challenge. Yeah.
It takes a certain type of person that can stomach that can put up with that can stay positive, and have that motivation to push through. Because most people hit that wall, that first struggle, and they just shrink and go find something easier to do.